Okay, so things are changing a little bit around here. I got to get myself out of a little bit of debt, and basically, I can't own two cars. So this one's gonna go. I can still keep this one, but somebody once told me that you need to buy one of something you can afford, not two. Okay, not three, not four, not five. One kind of works better. So, although I wanted to turn this thing into an awesome little car, like a 5-speed V8, basically like a little hot rod, I just can't afford to do it, and being out of debt is the most important thing. And I'm gonna catch it before it gets out of control. So anyway, the guy who's gonna buy this thing from me is like 20 years old. He showed up in a late model car, and he had a 318 in the trunk of his car. So I think he's pretty dedicated to get this thing on the road. I'm pretty sure I'm going to sell it to him. I might chicken out and keep it. I got a few days to think about it. But anyway, I want to get into more stuff. I want to talk about the car market, and I want to talk about something else. So the car market is reminding me of something. And, okay, so Obama, when he was president, he basically made it illegal for you to not have health care in this country. So you had to have health care, is a law. And if you didn't have health care, the tax penalty is the price of the average health care plan. Okay, so basically you have to have it, and you're stuck if you don't. Okay. So, what also happened with Obama, I noticed, now I watched the inauguration, okay? I watched the inauguration, and after the inauguration was basically over, I just left it on the channel and watched it as I was like cleaning my house, okay? And so the very first thing that happened in our country was the swine flu under Obama. Okay, so literally the inauguration ended, and then they went right to an urgent report, the swine flu. And back in like 2008, 2009, we weren't all stupid, so the swine flu didn't really go anywhere. They wanted it to. They wanted the swine flu to have legs and basically be COVID-19, but it was just the precursor to COVID-19, okay? So, they're kind of like, what they engineer is they corner you. Okay, they make you do something, and then they find a way to make money off something that you've been forced to do. Okay, so you're being forced to buy health care. So now they can throw a disease at you. So let's talk about this for a second. Everybody knows, everybody's heard of gain of function. Okay, so you've probably heard what gain of function is multiple times, but I'm going to tell you again in case you didn't get it. Gain of function, okay, here it is. The idea of gain of function is this. Let's say you're at home all weekend and your dog is sick, like really sick, sick's a dog, okay? And your dog is sneezing, coughing, has got a fever, high fever, right? And sick. So you can hang out with your dog all weekend. You can hang out with your dog on the couch, watching TV, sitting on your lap, him drooling all over you, and you're not going to get sick because the biological body of a dog is not that of a human, okay? So you basically don't have the ability to get sick from your pet. Your cat is not going to get you sick. Your dog is not going to get you sick. Vice versa, you're not going to get your dog sick. You're not going to get your cat sick. Okay, so gain of function widens widens the territory. It widens the band of these colds and flus and viruses, and it basically makes it so you can gain of function your dog's sickness to you. Okay, and so they say that COVID-19 came from a bat. In a street fair, I don't know what the fuck it was. Anyway, a bat sneezes on you, you're not going to get sick from that bat because you're not a bat, okay? You're a human being. So Gain of function changes that. Gain of function says that it doesn't matter. We're going to make it so you can get sick from your dog now. Now, it just, they haven't said anything about dogs or cats, but I'm just trying to explain it to you. So imagine going outside and seeing a bunch of sick feral cats sneezing all on themselves and then going, shit, I might get sick from them, okay? That's a world that I don't want to live in. Okay, so gain of function was not made by nature. It was made in a lab, okay? We haven't gotten down to the bottom of it yet, but it was definitely made in a lab, and it was made against humanity, okay? So this is what they do. They force you to buy healthcare, and then they manufacture ways for you to get sick. So now, anytime a sickness comes through the animal kingdom, you're going to get sick too. And you're forced to have healthcare. I mean, we're one step away from forcing you to take the healthcare. You need to take it. You missed your, I don't want to even say this in the world because people hear it, but you missed your doctor's appointment. Okay, that's going to be a misdemeanor. You know what I mean? Like, that's how close we are. And this is America, fucking, like, we're supposed to just be leading this country. But anyway, so this is the same thing that's happening in the automotive world right now, basically, okay? So what they do is they cash for clunkers, get rid of all these cars that are like, they were reliable cars. Because I'm gonna say the truth, like, before cash for clunkers, there was fucking jalopies on the road. Like, there was cars that were just bubblegum together. They were rusting to pieces from the 80s, the late 70s, but they were still on the road every fucking day. So they were good, reliable cars, And then they crushed them or whatever they did without letting you get parts from them. And now they're saying all these like, I see a thing where junkyards are catching fire, so that limits your ability to fix your car. I haven't said anything. I haven't heard anything directly yet, but I see a lot of people on YouTube saying states are banning older cars, and you're not talking about 70s, talking about 2005 and back, right? So they want to ban your car, and then the car that replaces it is a piece of shit that won't last 24,000 miles. So here's the thing about car automakers, and I've known this for a long time, but I've heard people say this recently, and I'm going to say it too, but car manufacturers historically don't make too much money. Okay, it's hard for them to make money. Okay, so what you end up with is a manufacturer. Let's say it's you go on a lot, and let's say that you've magically find a car that says MSRP $25,000, right? Let's just use older numbers, okay? So $25,000 MSRP. So how much does the manufacturer make? Basically, the manufacturer gets paid the minute the car gets shipped off of the manufacturer's, lot and put on a car dealership lot, okay? That's when the manufacturer gets paid. When the car gets sold off the dealership doesn't call the manufacturer and say, hey, we need to, tally up the car here. The manufacturer already got paid. So you have the dealership wants to make $3,000 to $4,000 ideally off of each car they sell. The salesman, I was a car salesman for a while at a Ford dealership. So the salesman makes anywhere between $200 to all the way up to $700, $800 per car, depending on how many cars he sells that month. Okay. Then you have the manager on duty. He'll make $200 at least on every car that is sold that month under his watch. Okay. So, and then you have people who are hired to be detailers, car washers. You have people who are hired to be lot attendants. You have people who are hired to be the truck drivers who drive them back and forth. You got to put gas in it, a little bit of gas anyway, the manufacturer does, so they can drive at least 10 miles here and there, right? So anyway, from this car, $25,000 MSRP, I wouldn't be surprised if the dealership only made $9,000 selling this car. And then the only way that car manufacturers make really good money is by selling lots of one thing. Like the Dodge Dakotas, for like 8 years, they were selling at least $200,000 a year. Okay, that's good money. So that's how they make money. They make like a lot of one thing. So anyway, the car manufacturers are trying to figure out different ways to make money now off of you. So what they want to do is they want to sell you subscriptions. So it's subscription based. So now, instead of just making $9,000 off of one car, they want to make monthly off of you, like as if, you know, kind of like a phone model, you know, like the AT&T model. You know, every month you're going to pay me $100 some way or another, right? Okay, so here's a little tip. When you go to buy a car, reject the app. You do not want the app. Do not download the app. Okay? And they will possibly not sell you the car if you do not want to download the app. Because literally, their performance base requires that you download the app. So if you don't want to download it, they might not sell you the car. Because they're going to get dinged on their personal record from the manufacturer or the dealer, I guess, that you let 3 cars out this month and they didn't get the app. Like, that's big. You'll get fired for that, okay? So you don't want the app. You don't want anything on your phone, okay? So if you have push button start, you want it on the key fob. That's where you want push button start. And older cars, you can just go get like an aftermarket push button start, but I doubt you can do that now. I doubt you can add shit to your car now. But even this one, just I can get something that makes it push button, you know? I never really had it. But if you have heated steering wheel, you want it on the dashboard. Okay, it needs to be on the dashboard. Okay, if you have heated seats, whatever, it needs to be on the dashboard. If you want navigation, go buy a fucking Magellan and stick it on your window. Okay, so that's what you do. So reject the app and require that it be on the key fob. Okay, there's nothing much I can tell you that you can't look up. Like, if you don't really know what I'm talking about here, you need to Google or go on YouTube and punch in brand new cars are junk, and there's a lot of good channels doing this, especially Predator car loans. The car loans are absolutely crazy. Okay, I don't know who accepts a car loan of like just years, you know, years into it, and you're paying like $1,100 a month. Like, that is crazy. Like, I bet you that they couldn't come up with $1,100 a month if they didn't have to. You know what I mean? Like, if you didn't have to come up with it, you wouldn't be working like so goddamn much to get $1,100 just for your car, and it's a piece of shit. Like, it's gonna break down, and they're not gonna fix it for you. You know what I'm saying? So. So anyway, there's that, and so my idea to basically force the auto manufacturers to make cars that are good is do this. Basically, you stroke them. I don't know if you know what a stroke is. Basically, a stroke is when you go to the dealer, the dealership, and you waste as much time as possible, and you don't buy anything. You just stroke them. So what you do is you go in there and tell them what you want, okay? Knowing that they're not going to have it. This is like what they do, like putting bills through Congress they know no one will vote on, but it just like shows you what you're looking for. It just tells everybody what you want flat out. Okay, so you go in there and you say, okay, I want like no computer stuff. Inform them that a base model car is a car with no tech in it. So simply like not paying monthly for the tech isn't a base model, like, because you still have the possibility of a heated steering wheel A base model does not have the possibility of a heated steering wheel. It has no tech. Okay, so you want a base model. Okay, basically you want, tell them what you want. You say I want gauges. I want an engine that's been in the car for a couple of years, so I know how long it's going to last. Like, I have data to look up. Like, is it a quality, long-lasting engine? Reliable. I don't want to buy an engine that's brand new in this model this year. It's not what I want. So you just tell them everything you want, and then tell them what you want to pay, like, $25,000 for it. Okay, and then you just take as much time as you possibly can with them, and then you just stroke them. You say, well, you can't give me what I want, so fuck you, I'm out. Sell a car that I can buy, and I'll buy one. And now, I don't think this is going to work that bad, but if people did it on, like, if it was like a pastime, it would work. If it was like, hey, what are you going to do today? Nothing. You want to go stroke Ford? Yeah, sure. Let's go stroke Ford. Let's go stroke Stellantis, right? And then you can probably make videos and post it and just get just as many views as any other kind of video, But you got to stroke them. You got to tell them what you want so they know what you want. And then you got to give them a big flat paycheck at the end of the month. Give them goddamn nothing, okay? And then they're going to start saying, okay, we need to start selling cars. That's my idea. So my problem here is that, like, in my head, when I'm away from the house, I can think about how I'm going to sell this car, and I don't want it anymore. But then I think to myself, when I see it in person, like, dude, this car could be so fucking badass. And then, like, the thing is, this car's not costing me anything. I got it on non-op. Like, it's just sitting here. This car is costing me something. I got to pay, I got to get the brake and light inspection. And every year it's accruing more, fees for registration. But I actually paid it off. So it was down to zero. I had some money, so I thought I'd just do it. But it's like $150 so a year this thing is costing me just to sit here. This thing ain't costing me shit just to sit here. And I have most of the parts. So it's like, I got to make a decision. Do I keep it or not? Oh, man, it's like so hard to do. But anyway, that's what I got to do. I got to make a decision. What I kind of like about this car is that the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to do a sheet metal swap up front because I just hate that beaker nose. But then it's a 74, so it's just an oddball. But what that's going to do is it's going to keep me from getting it stolen. Okay, because if it were a 68, you weren't going to be able to drive it and watch a movie and come out 2 hours later and have it sitting there. You know what I'm saying? This thing too, what I like about it is it's a 4-door. And basically, it's just not worth anything. This is basically just a worthless car. And that's what I like about it. It's not worth anything. Like, it's cool, I like it, but what's it worth? Nothing. Like, you're gonna sell this thing. I mean, if somebody stole it and flipped it, they could make the salvage title and stuff go away just with paperwork. But still, it's only worth $2,000. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's what I like about it. It's not worth anything. But anyway, that's my idea. Stroke the dealer. Stroke the dealer. Don't download the app. Look for a key fob for everything. You want it to be on the key fob. Inform yourself. Go look at the YouTube stuff that's going on. And pray to God that this changes. When we get like a bunch of people out of the government that are stupid, I think this legislation can pass pretty easy. But it's not going to be within the next 4 years, I'm sure. We're going to be fucked for a while. And as far as like getting rid of old cars, like the old cars on the road are the only reason why people are getting to work. It's like the only reason we have commerce is because of the old cars on the road. it's like these people are fucking crazy. Okay, so the more Democrats and rhinos we get out, the better our future is going to be. Isn't it funny how Rhino is the Spider-Man villain? I swear to God, something like when that movie comes out, something's going to happen. It's just like they set it up that way. Anyway, okay, have a good one. Take it easy.